Ancient Egypt is famous for its pyramids, pharaohs, and mummies. But did you know they were also pioneers of fashion? One of their most fascinating accessories was the wig. Today, we'll explore the surprising history of wigs in ancient Egypt, why they wore them, how they were made, and what they meant to their culture. Let's dive in.
So, why did ancient Egyptians wear wigs? First, it was practical. Egypt's climate was scorching hot, and wigs acted like hats, shielding their heads from the sun. They also kept them cool because the mesh-like bases allowed air to flow.
But there's more. Egyptians often shaved their heads to avoid lice, which were common in their hot, dry environment. Wigs could be removed and cleaned, making them a smart solution for staying clean and healthy. And of course, wigs were a status symbol. Only the elite, like pharaohs, nobles, and priests, could afford the best wigs made from human hair. These wigs were expensive and time-consuming to make, so they became symbols of wealth and power.
Now, let's talk about how these wigs were made. It wasn't easy. The best wigs were made from human hair, which was highly valued. The hair was cleaned, separated into strands, and woven into a mesh base. This base was made by knotting and folding hair, then securing it with a mix of beeswax and resin.
Once the base was ready, the hair was styled into curls, braids, or other designs. Some wigs had hundreds of individual hair strands, and creating them could take up to 200 hours. Wigs were often made in workshops or temples, where skilled hairdressers worked on these intricate pieces. Imagine the craftsmanship. Each wig was a work of art, designed to last in Egypt's harsh climate.
So, who wore these wigs? Mostly the elite, pharaohs, nobles, and priests. Men and women both wore them, but their styles differed. Men's wigs were usually shorter, while women's wigs were longer and more elaborate. Some wigs even had decorations like gold tubes or flowers.
But not everyone wore wigs. Children, slaves, and servants were not allowed to wear them. Priests often shaved their heads completely for ritual purity, and they only wore wigs during special ceremonies. Wigs weren't just fashion, they were a way to show who you were in society.
Wigs weren't just worn. They were also depicted in art. Tomb paintings and statues show people wearing wigs, often in elaborate styles. These images help us understand how wigs were used and what they meant to the Egyptians. For example, Queen Nefertiti was famous for her dark blue wigs, which set her apart from others. Wigs also had religious significance. They were sometimes worn during rituals to honor the gods. The goddess Hathor, associated with beauty, was often shown with elaborate hairstyles that inspired wig designs. Wigs were more than just accessories. They were a part of their identity and culture.
So, did ancient Egyptians have wigs? Absolutely. Wigs were a key part of their culture, serving practical, social, and symbolic roles. They protected people from the sun, kept them clean, and showed their status. Made with skill and care, wigs were more than just accessories. They were works of art. By studying ancient Egyptian wigs, we learn not just about their fashion, but also about their daily lives, beliefs, and values. Wigs remind us that even something as simple as hair can tell a rich and fascinating story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. See you next time.